Hey, sweet friends, welcome back. Welcome back to At Home with Kay, where we do creative crafting on a budget. And today, I've been thinking about hearts. Actually, not today, just for a couple of weeks. And I wanted to make some hearts, and I had this piece of cardboard that I saved, and I thought I could just make some out of this cardboard. It's nice and sturdy, and I'll just use my little X-Acto knife here to cut out the shape of a heart. I traced it with my pencil first, and I'm just going to cut out the trace of a heart. My X-Acto knife isn't very sharp, so it's hard to, I usually have to do a couple of cuts before I get it to actually penetrate all the way through the back. But I finally got it done. Then I have these foam roses that I got from Dollar Tree. They are pink. Some of them were larger and pink, and the smaller ones were the white ones. So I'm going to use both of those. Then I'm going to take my Waverly paint in the color plaster, and I'm going to paint my cardboard. And I was a little worried about painting the cardboard because I thought it would make it warp or peel, and it didn't either. It was perfect. So I'm just going to add a nice coat of paint to my hearts. And this is another, as you can see, Valentine's Day DIY video. I hope you guys are here for it because I am. How is everyone doing today? And I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and that you're looking forward to the future with hope and joy in your heart. I like the Waverly paint and plaster to use that color because it's not as stark white as the white paint. It just has that little tint of, I don't know if that's yellow or what that could be, but it just tones it down a little bit and it gives it such a vintagey feel. I love it so much, and I've been using it a lot on my projects lately, and I think it's helping them turn out really well. And so here I am just continuing to paint my heart, and then I'm just going to let this dry so we can move on to our next step. And here we are with our next step. I wanted to outline the inside of this open heart with this ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. It's just that real shabby chic looking lace ribbon. You know, you see it all the time at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to gently go around the inside of this heart, and I'm going to just hot glue it all the way around, being careful not to burn myself. I do that a lot. So do you guys decorate for Valentine's Day? If so, what colors are you guys using? Are you using the traditional red and pink, or are you going with a little neutral, toned down color, or are you just not decorating at all? I mean, in the past, I have done, decorating for Valentine's Day, but actually, I'm not gonna lie, life had gotten so stressful in 2023 that I didn't do much decorating of anything in 2023, and here we are into 2024, and I'm just trying to make my way out of the out of the abyss, I feel like sometimes. So I haven't started decorating anything. I did do my little coffee bar area with some Valentine's things, but I don't think I'm going to go all out this year. Plus, hopefully I will be able to move soon. So I'm going to start packing things up, that is. So that's if God wills, and I really hope he does. Please pray that for me, that I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just continuing on around here, gluing down this lovely lace, and then we're going to move on to our next step. Okay, so here we are. What I did was I went ahead and I added the same lovely ribbon around the other heart, and I just left a little tail. Now that little tail that I left, I'm actually going to make it into a bow, but I decided to cut it off and make the bow. I was going to try to make the bow with it already on there, but I cut it off and I just made a little bow there. And I think it's really cute. I'm just putting it right there at the top where I cut that lace off. I'm going to add some of my pink foam roses. I'm just trying to see which way did I want to add them. Did I just want to add one? Did I want to add more? I was just deciding what was the best option to do here. And I moved on to the next heart. And with this one, I decided to go all the way around with these lovely white foam roses. They're very antique. This looks very antique and vintage here. Shabby chic, I guess I'm trying to say. And I kind of like that decorating style. That's why, I was okay with using these. And I think this turned out really lovely. You'll see in the end. I was just sitting here thinking too, there are so many good verses in the Bible when it comes to hearts that speaks about the heart. And the one verse that I just keep thinking about right now is, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. That's such a good verse and something so good to think on and meditate on. So now that I've finished the other one, I decided to move back now to my first little heart. And I'm just trying to decide, where should I put this one pink rose? Then I did realize that it was just way too big. But these roses are made in layers and they just come right apart if you pull them. I guess they were just put together with a little glue. They just come right apart. So I pulled off some of the lower layers and then it looked more, like it fit better on my bow. And now I have these leaves. These leaves are those burlap leaves you get out of the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. Some of them were the off-white and some of them are just the burlap. And I'm going to use the burlap ones and place them, in different areas around my rows. So now I'm going to move on to the next heart. I'm going to add that same Waverly paint and plaster on the outside layer of this heart. And then after I do that, I'm going to move on to the next step. Guys, and I know this was a lot of painting. I apologize. I didn't realize that I had left this much in there, this much of the clips in there, but it is what it is. So I just got all of the paint on these two hearts. I just did, one thick coat on both of them. And now let's move on to what we're doing next. Now, this is the heart that I did at first with the roses. I decided to fill in the back with this lovely, lovely cardstock that I got. It was inside of a book, those books that you get from Michael's. It was just a sheet that was in that book, and I've used this paper before in some other DIYs. I can't remember what I used it on, but I know I have. Anyways, I'm using it again, and I'm just gonna gently glue it on the back here and then trim it off, and that's gonna look so pretty in the front. I didn't do it, but now looking back, if I had put like one of those picture frames on the back, this could just stand up, but you're gonna see in the end how I do it. I didn't do it that way, but maybe I could go back at a later date and do something like that, so that they can be like shelf sitters. Now here is my other one. What I did with this one, as you can see, this was one of the hearts that I painted white. Off camera, I did the black and white checks. I didn't think that you guys wanted to see me do that because you had watched me paint all that white. So I just spared you that, having to watch me paint all those black and white checks. But you guys have seen me do it many times before, and I think I'm going to do it later on in the video, and I will let you see me do a little tiny bit of it. But what I did here is I did the same thing. I hot glued that paper on the back, and now I'm just trimming it off. And that paper is beautiful. It looks gorgeous with the white heart, with the white roses. It looks gorgeous with this black and white heart. So next I got this spool of ribbing, and it was a little too thick for what I wanted to use it for. So both of the sides look like they're braided, and I thought that was really pretty. And then the inside part, it actually has holes, So I decided to just cut right down the middle and make a nice woven looking ribbon, to trim out my heart. And I just I cut quite a bit actually, because I just didn't know, exactly what I was going to do. And then I'm going to take my hot glue and go all the way around and glue it on top of that gold rose paper there, just on the side of the checkered pattern. This is very tedious work. I'm trying to be careful not to burn myself because, oh, how much I burn myself. I burn myself all the time. And this little glue gun gets so hot. Guys, I think I should have sped this up a little bit faster. Because this is just taking a little bit too long, but it's okay. I'm just still going around here trying to glue this on, and I'm almost done. And once we're done, we'll move on to our next step. Okay, finally finished that. So here we are. We have these burlap roses that I got from Dollar Tree. I am going to glue those on the side. I think that looks so pretty. And then I made a bow out of that ribbing that I cut that I had left over. I made a bow out of it, and I'm going to glue that on here too. And it's just going to be a very beautiful heart. Now here I'm just trying to figure out, where should this heart go? Should it go here, there, up at the top, on the side? And I think I'm going to settle for the bottom, but either way it was going to be pretty. Okay, so now I have these little flowers. I think I got these from like Joann or somewhere. I can't remember, like a fabric store. But anyways, I'm going to take these and I'm just going to hot glue one of them on the bow. Now this frame came out blurry. I don't know what happened, guys. Forgive me. But I just this was the other heart that we did. And I'm just going to take those same little black flowers, little black rosettes, and I'm going to put those up the side here of this heart. And I think that added a very nice touch, and it contrasted the burlap on the other heart. I love it. And like I said, I don't know what I did to get this so blurry, and I tried to clear it up, but it was a lost cause. So here we are. So I'm gonna hurry and finish this up, and I'll show you all my hearts completed at the end of the video. So next, I wanted to make a kind of this unique little candle holder. And what I did was I had these 3 pieces of wood from the Dollar Tree. That you get them out of the Crafter Square section. And actually 2 of them were the same size and 1 of them wasn't. So I had to work with that. Then these are tops from perfume bottles. And my little candles, my taper candles, fit right inside of there perfectly. So I said, those will be the things that I put on to hold my candles in. So I decided to take my plaster paint in Waverly, and I'm going to paint my boards completely plaster. And then I'm going to use my black paint that I showed you there to add some checks to it. So now that all my boards are painted, I'm just going to glue them together with a little wood glue and a little hot glue. A little wood glue, a little hot glue. And it was hard to do this a little bit because the boards were so not the same, you know, they were a little uneven, but I made it work. You know, this is just a little piece of decor for me. I'm not selling it or giving it away or anything, so it's okay. And those sides there where you see that still look like wood, I'm going to paint those also. So then we have a little ledge that can stand, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to glue the bottle caps, the perfume bottle caps on top, and that is going to be where I put my candles. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to fill in where I needed to fill in with the plaster, and then we'll move on. Okay, so here we are. I have it all glued together and it's all completely covered in the plaster paint. Now it's time to add the checks. and I'm just gonna freehand it. I didn't draw with my Sharpie the outline. I'm just gonna freehand it as best I can. It's not gonna be all even and all perfect, but I like that, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go down and I'm gonna do black, then leave a space of plaster, black, plaster, or black, white, and I'm gonna complete the whole thing on the sides and on the top. Okay, so here we are. I completed the entire thing and I added a little bit of gold also to accent. And then now I'm going to glue my little candle holders on top, my perfume caps, that is. And I used a little of that stronghold glue from the Dollar Tree and hot glue. And in the middle I put that strong holding glue, and around the edges I put the hot glue. I had to add a little bit more glue because they were still a little wobbly until that other glue held, started to adhere, but it worked out perfectly. And I'll show you what this looks like completed in the final reveal. Alrighty guys, and here we are at the final reveal. And sorry for the glare of the candlelight. And here is our hearts. And what I did was I just added dowels to the back of them so I could just sit them in a vase. But like I said, I would love to make these shelf sitters. But this is what they look like standing next to each other. I think they look very beautiful, you know, kind of neutral, not your basic pink and white for Valentine's Day, but I love that too. But this is also nice, very shabby chic, I think. And that candle glare again, but here we are. This is our little candle holder. I think this turned out nicely just to sit on the table or somewhere. And remember, never leave candles burning unattended. But I think this turned out quite lovely. I love it. You know, it's just kind of my style. So let me know what you guys think about all of it. And I also want to show you the other two hearts. They are in this, I just sat them inside of a wooden box, and I just had floral foam in the bottom to stand them up in. But this is how these two turned out. I think they turned out quite lovely. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. This is something that you would make, but I know we've seen people make these already on YouTube, but I just love them. And I appreciate you guys so much for clicking on my video and joining in with me today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, bye-bye.